Hi there, this is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program. This is the video show in commercial real estate brokerage, where I share tips, tools, and ideas relating to a particular topic in brokerage, sales, leasing, or property management, office, industrial, or retail around the world. If you haven't checked out our website, please do so, which is commercial-real-estate-training.com. At that website, I'm always loading things relative to commercial real estate brokerage. And even yesterday, I loaded a checklist for a sales plan in the website, so you can go in there and listen to the sales plan approach and how you can build that in your brokerage activity. And the day before, I loaded a chart relative to how to analyze your property market. So let's go further today and take you into one particular topic. I'm still working in the marketing topic from an earlier video that I put out. In saying that, marketing is so important in what we do. What you're trying to do is to tap into a target audience, get some inquiry, and create some conversions. A good marketing process will always create inquiry. And of course, your listings, open versus exclusive, should be definitely considered for specific marketing strategies relative to the target audience. So let's go into these particular topics, but I'm going to show you a chart before I do. This chart relates to all the things that you need to think about in marketing. As a starter, you've got the newspapers, cold calling, brochures, email, database, signboard, and at the top of all of that, you've got the internet. So there are many choices to be made when it comes to your listings, and of course, open versus exclusive. In the exclusive listing process, you should have some vendor-paid money to market the property. Vendor-paid money should be carefully spent to attract inquiry over time. So let's now go into the internet portals. And today I'm going to go into time and tactics. So what the suggestion here is that you should be promoting the property comprehensively on the portals, and there are time issues to consider and tactics to consider. Again, at the website and in this particular chart, I've put this checklist for you. There are 16 things in this checklist that you should consider for the property listing. In saying that, differentiate between open listings and exclusive listings. Certainly all of these things should apply with exclusivity. Open listings, not so. You should be spending most of your time on exclusive listings. And of course, if you start at point number 1 and move through to point number 16, you will have a very effective and direct campaign relating to marketing your property listings. By the way, this chart is available at the website if you want to download it for free. Let's go further. Now let's look at time and tactics. Number 1 is converting vendor-paid marketing. I said to you that it's so important, and indeed it is. You can't just simply market something today and hope that the inquiry will come to you. Sometimes you need to spend money on that property listing, and that money should be vendor-paid. Don't spend money yourself. There's no point. The agents that do that are approaching the industry, approaching the marketing process of their listings incorrectly. Become very good at presenting your listing strategy and your marketing process and asking for vendor-paid marketing. So number 1 here is converting vendor-paid marketing, and as part of that, you need to think about the campaign spread. How far do you spread the campaign? Over what period of time? Usually it's sort of 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the property type, the target market, etc. And of course, understand the difference between exclusive listings and open listings. Of course, the exclusive listings should be marketed comprehensively over the 6 to 8 weeks. The open listing process is just general, and it's more of a factor of luck. So don't spend too much of your time on open listings unless you can see some sort of opportunity there for a conversion. You will be considering the different media channels to think through, of course, when it comes to your marketing process. What are the best media channels to use when it comes to marketing a property? Online, offline, direct, all of those things. Email, database, all of those things will go through your vendor-paid marketing program. So you do need a strategy, and that's why vendor-paid marketing is so important. Many agents total up the vendor-paid marketing spend that they achieve each month when it comes to their listings. And there is a direct ratio and relationship between the volume of vendor-paid marketing, the volume of inquiry, and the volume of conversions when it comes to commissions. So now let's go further. Number 2 is the internet marketing and the social media alternatives. So let's now look at social media. I'm suggesting that you should only use 3 or 4 channels of social media activity simply because it gets too deep and hard, and the only way you can get social media to really work for you is frequency of posting. That's why 3 or 4 channels are enough. I put together here a few alternatives for you. You may use others, but 3 or 4 channels is enough. So what have you got here? You've got Facebook, of course, maybe a business channel there. Maybe iTunes, it's very effective for a podcast, and it's simple and easy, very, very effective. You can use LinkedIn because it's a professional footprint for social media. You may use Twitter because it's very effective in getting the message out quickly. And also YouTube. You can create a video regards the property and put it up on your business channel. And there are many other social media channels to think about. So let's go back up to the top here, social media. As I said, 3 or 4 channels, that's enough. But let's go over to the websites now. You're still marketing your listing. How are you going to do it? Well, there are different website approaches here. You will be using the portals, of course. That's good. And the portals should be considered for effectiveness for the target market and also for the types of listings. Maybe you're getting a premium listing on the portals. That's effective. That's why vendor paid marketing is part of the process. So once you advertise in the portals, you should have the listing on your website. You might have 1 or 2 websites that you use for your business. Once you've done that, you can go across to the other alternatives. So you should be using a blog. You should have a blog relative to your location and your industry expertise. The blog is a website, but it's where you post listings, but also information relative to your location so that the people you engage with can read something about the location, the property type, and the benefits of investing in property in your town or city. So once you post on a blog, then you can interact with your database and link your database emails to your blogs. Then you can also create a case study and put it up on an article site like ezine.com. The article sites are free for membership, but you do have to be a little bit careful as to how you paste and post the topics. Article sites are very good because the search engines love them, because the article sites are full of information. That's where you can post something relative to your location, your town, your city, and the property type, something that's informative. So let's go back up here now and get out of this topic, which was internet marketing and social media, and go to number 3, which is about spreading the property campaign. So the campaign should be spread across 6 to 8 weeks. In that time, you can assess what's going on. You can track and measure the process. So you can understand what's working. And of course, you can change the advertisement for the target market for the activity that you're trying to pull in. The campaign should be target market relevant, so you need to interact and engage with the target market over the 6 to 8 weeks, and you will be assessing everything for impact. So important. Don't just put an advertisement up on the internet and hope that you will get results. That's not how it works. When you get it up there, monitor the impact that you're getting over the 6 to 8 week period, but change the advertisement every 2 weeks to see what's working and what's not. Let's go further. Cover the target market. So you've got some different aspects to consider here in covering the target market. That's particularly business groups. Maybe you need to tap into certain business groups, certain economic business groups in your city. Some investors, perhaps. Local area marketing is quite important because most of the buyers or the tenants for a particular property will come from the local area in most situations. Of course, you have a mixture of online, offline, and direct marketing to consider for your target audience. How are you going to reach your target audience using those channels? I mentioned earlier the social media, that's all good. And of course, you may wish to tap into tenants locally for that particular property, be it as a purchase situation or a lease situation. So what do? You cover the target market comprehensively. Number 5 is another topic here to think about in time and tactics and also taking that property online into the various portals. That is keywords. So the keywords apply to the listing. You choose your keywords well to make sure that they engage with the market. So what are the keywords that are so important? Think in reverse. What does someone do when they go to the search engine when it comes to looking for a property? That could be the portal search engine, or it could even be Google. The keywords that they type in are the words that you want to feed into your advertisements. So what are they? Typically they are The factors of attraction relative to the listing, which might be office property, it might be large office property, it might be attractive shop premises, it might be shopping centre mall. Factors of attraction, what is someone typing into the search engines? Think about describing the improvements in the property so that someone can immediately understand what they're looking at. You can use a keyword search tool at Google to understand what people are using when it comes to searching for property in your town or city. That's a good search tool and you can get it from Google. Now, you should feed your location or suburb into the advertisement as a keyword, of course, in the headline. You will be describing the property so that someone can immediately understand the type of property they're reading about and the size of the property. Let's go further. Advertising headlines. So important in the process of marketing. So what do you do when it comes to advertising headlines? Well, think about it. Change the headlines once every 2 weeks so you're refreshing the property advertisement. Understand local area specific headlines that can pull in people for the location. You will need a main headline and a sub-headline. Keep them short, keep them descriptive, keep them attractive and keyword relevant. Also property type specific. So you might be dealing with a property that's perhaps an industrial site, perhaps a retail shop. Think about deeply going into the property type specific comments and descriptions. Keep everything short and bold, attractive to the eye, keep it simple. And also keep it target market relative. So let's go further. Simplicity of layout. What do you need to think about here? Well, it's a proven fact that adults, when they read an advertisement, don't like complexity. In fact, they won't read a very complex advertisement. So you need to do something with that to make your advertisement for your listing more readable, more attractive. What would you do? Try some of these. Use only 3 or 4 sentences maximum to describe the property. Simple, short, descriptive. Use 4 or 5 dot points at the top of the advertisement to pull in the eye of the reader. Of course, use professional photographs. That's vendor paid marketing at its best. Get professional photographs done and change the photos every 2 or 3 weeks. Then you should have plenty of white space in the advertisement, so the white space makes the advertisement appealing to being read, to be interpreted to the eye of the reader. So there are 2 other things that I've put here and deliberately last to talk about. Firstly, we have words that sell. Now, you can get a book from Amazon called Words That Sell. You can get another book from Amazon which says Phrases That Sell. Both are very good, very useful for commercial real estate brokerage and to keep your descriptions online and in engaging with the target audience. So let's look at that, and particularly this topic. Phrases that sell. What's it all about? Here is the book from Amazon, Phrases That Sell. As you can see, it's not particularly expensive. It's $11 in fact on Kindle. I would download it into a computer and use it regularly when it comes to designing advertisements relative to property today. That's Phrases That Sell. There's another book on Amazon that you can get, which is called Words That Sell. Again, not expensive, $10 on Kindle. The benefit of using Kindle is that you can download the book into your phone, into your tablet, into your computer, and you can use it anywhere. That's really good. So let's go back to the main topic here, and that is the idea of simplicity of layout. I said sentences, dot points, professional photos, white space, and then words that sell and phrases that sell. Don't forget the books. Easy to get, cheap. Lastly, professional photographs. What do you need to think about with professional photographs? Well, these headlines, these particular photographic recommendations are quite useful. Think about the property from different angles so that you're not just photographing a box with windows in it, but rather you're photographing a box from an angle which is the best angle to feature the property, its size, its design, its attraction. Also provide some downloads on your website when it comes to photographs, maybe a case study, maybe a PDF download for that particular listing. Think about getting some elevated shots for the property so that the elevated shots can feature the position of the property with other assets around it, and then also take that photograph and make it quite useful on the internet for the eye of the reader. Get the features of the property in the professional photographs so that the features are easily seen. And then, of course, think about internal and external photographs. They're so important to give some comparison to the target audience. Don't forget the overhead photos and consider the best time of day for the image, which is usually sunset or sunrise when the sunlight is on the front of the building. And lastly, get a video done for the property. The video is very useful and can be placed on the portals, your website, your social media, all of those things. So they are the time and tactics approaches to commercial real estate brokerage. Don't forget to visit the website and download this particular chart relative to marketing as a checklist today. So we'll go back to the beginning here, which is the marketing approach and also commercial real estate online. In closing, I do mention, of course, again, that you should visit the website, which is Commercial Real Estate Online. Pick up on the tips, tools and ideas that I load there every day. So this is John Hyman. I'm closing out for now. I'll catch you again very soon online with another video relative to commercial real estate brokerage. Thanks for listening. Catch you again very soon.